Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
The Gorecast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, everybody? We're here. Okay. Sometimes you say, like, good, go.
I love that.
Sorry.
We're here?
Hey, guys. What's up, everybody? It's Tuesday. I'm Buzz. That sexy beast next to me is Carter. And it is original
Somebody's trying
versus
to earn some
remake.
brownie points.
Yeah, well, I figured I may say bad things later on the show, so I'm like, sometimes
I'm good.
sometimes
Fix me up for later. It's cool.
sometimes I give that, verbal low blow when I'm like, Carter, you are a stupid idiot. So I figured, butter you up before the something. I don't know where I'm going with this. Welcome, it's Tuesday. Original versus remake. I'm Buzz, he's Carter, and we're here. How is everybody doing today? beds. I don't know. I'm reading the chat. That's dangerous
I think he was
sometimes.
saying putting the kids to bed.
Okay. We're a little bit late
No,
tonight.
that's putting beds in a moving truck.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That changes everything then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought she said bed something, but we're a little later. We got time changes going on and other things going on, but we're still here. So we appreciate everybody sticking with us as usual. I don't know, and you know what? I see it. DP,
Really?
see it. I mean, you got the ponytail going, but I mean, you do look like that monkey from the Corn.
Oh no, I'll take it. Thank you.
He did things. Could be like, just an actual monkey. So at least you're looking like a human. So
Right. Nope, I'll take it.
but how are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing good, sir. That whole, like you said earlier, the whole time change thing we were all scrambling around like, dude, what time are we doing this? My time, your time, our time. So
My time, your time. There's a song there, but I can't think of it. Guns N' Roses. Anything goes.
wow, I have no clue.
I don't know. We got the Omen for you guys tonight. 1976 versus 2006. Yeah, they're pretty much the same movie. We'll get into that later.
So baffled that they had sequels.
Yeah. How many Omens can you really hit? I guess at least 3. And then a prequel or sequel or remake, whatever the fuck it is.
10 years.
So, but as per usual, we got some news for y'all tonight. They're all movie related, which, I mean, that's obviously, I guess. There was a story where I didn't really get like an image and I didn't really want to go into it, but and I don't know his name now, but the dude from Alien passed away, from the original Alien.
Oh, yeah, dude. I saw that. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but that sucked.
Yeah, he was
Alien, fucking James Bond. He did a lot of good shit.
Yeah, he was in his 80s, I believe. So rest in peace, sir. But getting into the news that we do have, just waiting for it to load up.
I found out Ice Pirates came out this day, like umpteen years ago.
Ice Pirates? I do not know what that is. So happy anniversary to Ice Pirates. But so the first news bit is a film called Broadcast Signal Intrusion, which is actually inspired by actual broadcast interruption that occurred in the 1980s. One of the new horror movies premiering at the SXSW this month is Jacob Gentry's Broadcast Signal Intrusions, billed as an unsettling journey into our collective technological nightmares, confronting our deepest, darkest man and machine. The film will be premiering at SXSW 2001 on Tuesday, March 16th. That's today! That's today! Actually, that was 15 minutes ago at 9:50 p.m. EST. So that is 15 minutes ago from my time. While logging tapes of decades-old TV broadcasts, video archivist James discovers a surreal and disturbing clip that James believes is the product of a mysterious broadcast signal hacking. His discovery takes a sinister turn when he tracks down similar broadcast intrusions that send him on an obsessive mission. James must confront 2 very real possibilities: that the videos may be clues to a crime beyond all comprehension, and that whoever was behind them may be very aware that James is coming uncomfortably close to the truth. The broadcast signal intrusion was inspired by actual broadcast interruptions that occurred in Chicago in the late 1980s and remains unsolved to this day.
Really?
Yes. So that intrigues me. I am into the unknown, the unsolved, and the creepy. So I might watch this movie. I don't know when it's coming out for everybody to view, but Sounds interesting to me. Just trying to see if there is anything else. Nope. So, yeah. I don't think there's any trailer information to my knowledge. But like I said, it's premiering today at some kind of a film festival. So hopefully we hear some good news in the future for that film. South by Southwest. Okay, yeah, I was just saying SF because that's what was said there, so I didn't know what that stood for. But yeah, cool. Sees that Giz is not getting his information and notifications from YouTube as per usual. So welcome Giz to the chat. I hope you enjoy the show. We are the Gorecast. If you don't know who we are, we stream 3 nights a week, sometimes. So welcome to the program, the Giz. So I just wanted to say welcome to the Giz. I'm stalling. Yeah, I am a hashtag. Does this say it? Yes, professional YouTuber. Let's say it as I hit my microphone. The professionalism goes down as the episode. Thank you. The voices inside my ear says I'm no longer a professional YouTuber because of reasons. You ready for the second story?
I am.
Yeah. We'll see at the end of the episode. People in the audience, put in the chat. Will I still have the professional YouTuber tag by the end of said episode? Let us know. It's not now, but like you said, I could get it back. So yes, second story is, I believe we talked about this at one point because we do a lot of news. But there is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel, from what we're hearing. A direct sequel to the 1976 film, or 1974 film, I apologize, made by Fede Alvarez. He now confirms that this new movie is a sequel with Old Man Leatherface. So it technically wouldn't, I'm assuming, wouldn't be a direct sequel. Maybe like we're in present time, maybe then. Okay. So the article says, last year, do we need to?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I'm choking it back.
Okay. Announced last year, Fede Alvarez is producing a feature film that will bring Texas Chainsaw Massacre back to the big screen, with a official website being launched. He had a interview with some podcast this week. Alvarez confirmed that the new movie is indeed a sequel to Tobe Hooper's original classic, as we suspected. Alvarez also dropped the exclusive bomb that the movie is apparently set many years after the events of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Leatherface, now a much older man.
That's what I want. The guy trying to fucking like, oh, my back, I can't pick up the chainsaw.
Yeah.
That just sounds so fucking scary.
He noted that the new movie is taking an old school approach, with the gore gags being executed practically whenever possible.
Gore gags?
Yes. So when there's gore, it's not going to be, CGI BS bullshit. It's going to be some.
I think what bothers me is, like, usually when I hear gags, it's like, oh, did you see what Kevin Smith, that gag he did in this one, like, is a joke? So I've always just kind of heard it was like, oh, we're doing practical effects during the horror or gore scenes. I've never heard gore gags before. It's gonna be some like PG-13 kind of like laugh track kind of shit. Which, I mean, it is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so it wouldn't surprise me that that's the next stage.
He says here everything is classic old school gags. A lot of the approach that we had for the Evil Dead remake. Never VFX to do anything on camera. It's a very old school approach to filmmaking. He explained to the podcast. So
yeah. I okay, and Gibbs is like, hey, Brain Dead had gore gags, and that's true, but it was also fucking Brain Dead. Like that is kind of like, again, like Buzz just said, that's whole like Evil Dead versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like I just didn't feel like there was as much laughable stuff in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
yeah, well, no. I mean, not in the original. I mean, some of the sequels
Right.
were filmable, but not in the OG original format. Yeah, so nothing. I backed out, went to the new third story of Odd. Nothing to my knowledge of a release date or anything, but he just confirmed what a lot of people already pretty much kind of thought was going to happen, that it was a direct sequel to the original film.
Oh,
And because I mean, every sequel like that came out was almost like its own movie. Like I don't think until the remakes came out, I don't think any of the films actually had a direct sequel, because they were all pretty much different movie by movie in the original series.
See, I would see gore gags with, what was that, Texas Chainsaw, one that had Dennis Hopper in there.
Two.
Okay, that was a little bit more comical, so I could see
Yes.
gore gags in that one, but I couldn't necessarily see gore gags in the first one. It was just so much more serious. So, I don't know. I gave up on that franchise right after I did Puppet Master.
Yeah,
Side note, because we were talking earlier, apparently Ireland does have a kind of daylight savings. Theirs isn't until March 28th.
Okay. I did kind of use that, like, I just didn't know when.
Right. So, like, no, that was just a conversation we had earlier. He's like, do they have it? And I was like, fuck, I don't know.
I think the conversation last night was like, I don't live in Ireland, so I don't know.
Right.
So, yeah. We'll be caught up soon, or caught up. Jesus Christ, soon enough. I'm sorry, I was fixing my sock. I mean, yes, I didn't think we were going to be like, like exact caught up to what we're really are.
Yes, it would
things
be.
if we were swimmingly in Gorecast HQ if we were all on the same time zones, but nope. We got people in the future, people in the past. It is a weird place. But yeah, so Texas Chainsaw Massacre is getting yet another pointless movie. Yay! Story number 3. We are talking about some sharks because people forgot about sharks. Maybe. I mean, they're always there in the background. They're one of the things where a movie might not get made about them every year, but they're always there. There's always sharks because they're.
Please tell me it's sharks.
It is not. It is not.
Supposed to say yes.
I mean, I could lie, but I only tell the truth. My fellow Americans, I only tell the truth. And other people that are watching from other things. Does that get me YouTube points knocked down as a professional YouTuber, or does that get me shot straight up? Yeah, I mean, I figured what you meant. But yeah, so another movie.
Shark, but not shark.
It's called Great White, not the 80s hairband. Not the 80s hairband. Great White is the movie. It is Aquatic Nightmare starring Tucker and Dale versus evil actress Katrina Bowden.
Oh, God, I was just so like, oh, no, okay.
Is that
I love Tucker versus Dale, or Tucker and Dale versus evil. I was like, oh my God, what are they doing? Nothing. Oh, okay.
Yep. The film is swimming our way this year, and we've got the first look. We don't, but this article does.
Oh, you gotta love puns.
There is a trailer that's out, and this film is from Australia, so from the land down under. Great White, inspired by true events, because that's all shark movies are, especially Sharknado, taps into our fear of or goddamn, I'm like missing the words. Taps into our most primal fear of the deep and delivers the stuff of nightmares in the ocean. Jesus Christ, I'm like,
I don't really think sharks when I worry about the
no,
drowning
that's dude,
first.
yeah. Fuck the ocean. Fuck any water that's deeper than 6 feet. If
So like
if
shark
you're
issues.
no, dude, fuck no. Fuck sharks. I don't give a shit. The
So it
fucking
is just a drowning.
dude. That is like
Yeah.
if there's anything that is a fear of mine, I am not afraid of a lot of things. But fucking deep ass water, I will not fuck with that shit. If you want to play a horror movie that's terrifying for me, like I said, something that's 7 foot deep, and I will pee my pants. I am not. That is true, and then yes, but still, I wouldn't come near it. I don't give a shit. If someone says like, "Hey, let's go on a boat," I'm like, "Yeah, I'll look at you guys from the shore and say hi,
Yep.
everybody." Fuck that shit.
No, I've never understood that whole like, hey, let's go on a cruise. Fuck no.
I mean, I wouldn't go outside of the boat. Like if I don't see the water, I'm fine. But
It's the concept for me. Like when this bitch goes down, I'm just inside the boat in the middle of the fucking water of nowhere. Like no.
yeah. So, but yeah. So where I was going, the film follows the story of seaplane operators and lovers, Kaz and I thought I said Charlie Brown. Kaz Fellows. That's sometimes how it sounds like when I do the news bits. Kaz Fellows and Charlie Brody, along with their passengers, C and his wife Michelle, she doesn't get a last name, and cook Benny, who take a flight to a particular reef. It isn't long. It isn't long.
Like you're asking shit if you're going to someplace for like called Hell's Reef.
Yeah,
that's like starting out a vacation bad right there.
Definitely. It isn't long though before their idyllic trip turns into a living hell when they become abandoned miles from shore and in grave danger from what lurks just below the surface. Their only chance of making it out alive is to get to the beach, but the two great white sharks hunting them, the odds are not in their favor. What ensues is a battle for survival of the most epic proportions against nature's most lethal predators. And it's based on a true story.
Because like I'm looking at the picture and it looks like it's like a life raft and a shark about to fuck somebody's day up. I don't know, man.
It's like this movie's been made, hasn't it?
Right. Like I just like I was kind of really burned out on sharks because dude, what was that last one that came out? A girl was like trapped in a flooded house or something. Not Crawl or fuck, I can't remember, but like the whole area flooded and like she was trapped in like a fucking house with a shark or some bullshit. Like there's just not really anything. Look, it's a shark. Yep, that's fucking terrifying. I was happy when like Sharknado finally came out because they at least got like something different going on.
In the deep, talking about maybe.
I don't know, like excuse me. And when I say recent, I mean like recent, like last few years. I honestly don't remember the year marker on it.
Well, Into the Deep was 2017, so that was within the last. No, this is when they're in a cage. The Shallows. I don't know. We could sit here and.
I was just like shark movie. Holy fuck! There's a lot of shark movies.
That's what I'm saying, man. You are. There's a lot of movies for you.
But I will say Sharktopus versus fuck was that?
Godzilla. Movies for you. Oh my god, that's got some sound to it.
I did like the Shark Twist movies. They were shitty, but
Yeah, well, that's what you kind of get on movies about sharks.
yeah.
So yeah, didn't see a release date. I thought there was a release date coming up for that. Let me double check and backtrack. Thought it said it was coming out soon, but I'm not seeing a release date. So
Oh, Regis Shark. God, that was beautiful.
yeah, just look out for Great White because it's coming out sometime. But I swear I thought they had a release date, but I am not seeing it at the moment. And Carter,
Holy shit. There's something called Sky Sharks. Oh, fuck me. I got to see that.
to the chat for a minute while I look this up.
Of course I can. Hi, chat. Was it 47 meters down? Okay. Great shark and sexual. Giz says it was 47 meters down. The one I was talking about where it's just weird because I thought 47 meters down, like they were caught in a shark cage. This was like she was trapped in a house and like so was her dad or something.
That's Gators.
Oh shit. Okay. I thought that was
That's
a shark
Crawl, I think.
movie. Oh, fuck me. All right.
Yeah, when you were explaining it, I'm like, they did that with sharks because I knew they did that with some gators.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see it. I thought that was a shark movie.
Yeah, it says Crawl. Yeah. So I looked it up and I got a release date for Great White. It is 2021. That's all I got. So look for Shark or Great White in 2021. Yeah, I'm glad that yeah. So my apologies for that pointless side note. Let us go ahead and get into what we're here for, and that is the Omen. So Carter, you are up with the original 1976.
That would be interesting because I asked you like right before the show, and you're like, "I want the original." You got remake.
No, I didn't. I said I
Okay,
have the
so
remake. Jesus
I,
Christmas.
shit.
It's like I'm talking to my kids.
oh, oh,
Oh, I said I have the remake.
okay. Well, Dad, let me handle the fucking original real quick
Oh,
since I'm
right ahead.
childish ADD.
Kyle.
Oh my ass. Okay, whatever. Anyways, The Omen, 1976, man. Oh, now you just got me all.
I mean, technically, they're both the same goddamn movie, so I mean.
So we got an individual works for the government. He's an ambassador. Fuck, now I can't remember who that was. Yeah, no, I mean like he was an ambassador for America. I was trying to remember where he was working at, but he's an ambassador for America. Him and his wife are about to have a baby, but during the process of birth, she loses it. He rushes to the hospital just in time to go, "Hey, man, she lost a baby, but she doesn't know about it." And just because, this happens all the time, the guy's like, "Hey, but I happen to know a baby over here that could use a home." This somehow just spins the guy like, "Well, shit.
I love how you put it like
that. All right, cool." So they just swap it
like it's a dog
and raise it as their own. Excuse me. Not worried about how we just happen to have a fucking baby laying around. And unfortunately, as the child grows, like, everything's kosher at first. Everybody's happy go lucky. We laugh when the kid talks and falls over, whatever. Parenting rocks to a degree. And then eventually bad shit starts happening. And it's brought to their attention the child that you're raising might be the fucking antichrist. But hey, no big deal. You only got it for free. So,
What?
Well, they did.
I mean, any kids, you get the kid for free. I mean, it's not free after, but.
Hey, well, technically, they didn't even have to work for this one. They just showed up and they were like, "Oh shit, you don't have one. Here you go."
just handing babies out like it's a fucking okay.
Here's lollipop and a baby for free. Fuck it.
You know, I had to put in the work to get the kid I had. I didn't get no kid handed to me. You know, I just
So again,
I put a good 2.5 minutes in of work. So
half. Go you, rock star.
you know what? Hey, I was feeling spry that night.
I aim for those goals.
You know, 2.5 minutes. I was like, oh my God, never again. This is peak timing.
Orange juice and fucking right. So as the kid gets older, things are strange. You know, those herself, black dog just shows up out of fucking nowhere. And we start realizing that there may be something wrong with this child, like, you know, the fact that he's the antichrist. And so the husband Robert starts putting all these things together, and we realize that, yeah, there was a long game about finding this child a home. Antichrist needs to be raised, and hopefully at one point take over the world. So, the Omen.
Yeah, that was a way to explain it.
Well, that's what happens when I don't get handed something at the last minute, apparently.
Well, what I mean, I guess this is a whatever. We're throwing all of our dirty laundry on air right now. But last week I said, "Hey, Carter, I'll even pull up the message if I need to. I'll do the original. You do the remake, or the other way around."
Oh,
because
are you sure now?
No.
I just thought you changed your mind because I remember that conversation.
Because you asked me which one, I said you got the remake or you got the original. So I don't know if you didn't hear the "you" when I said that. Maybe you just heard original and you had selective hearing. But I'm pretty sure I said.
Or
Well, no.
Either or. I just described what the fuck we were watching.
I was going to say it does the same goddamn movie, so I could have told him to do either, and he would have been able to give an A+ report because of the same fucking movie. Yeah. So yeah, this one. So like the original is it's a good movie, but it's a slow movie. It takes a while to that you want to go. And it's a 70s movie. So, a lot of and I don't know. The acting was okay,
Like, yeah, I was gonna say, like, the only thing I can really like lean into is like, holy shit, David Warner and Gregory Peck.
Yeah,
it had some cool in the cast, but I honestly don't understand how this is like such an iconic film. It bored the fuck out of me.
Yeah. I don't want to say it bored me. It just was like, all right. It's like you know the destination way before it seems like they know the destination. And you're like, I know where this is going. I mean, obviously it's an old movie too, so you probably know. But like you're just like, all right, I know where this is going. I know where this is going. Can you please fucking get there? Get there. Goddamn. It's almost like an episode of the Gorecast Unplugged. Especially a chat episode.
Oh, wow. I feel like that's a shot.
No, that back. We just take detours. They just take their slow ass time getting there. So never mind.
Honestly, it had been so long. Like I knew at the ass end where we were aiming. I just didn't remember how we were getting there. So like some of the shit was cool. Like I was re-surprised by the nanny hanging herself and a couple of the other like unfolds. But it was, and like maybe it's that whole time period piece because that kind of comes up in conversation a lot, like how things were handled back then to now. But it was just such a slow kind of like, they were always building up suspense damn near in every fucking scene, it seemed like.
Yeah. I liked the one thing I kind of do like about it, and I mean obviously it's in the remake too, but like the whole the dude, the photographer that's getting all these pictures and he's seeing all these people. Like I like that touch. But yeah, like I said, it took a while to get there. I hated the kid. I wanted to punch the kid in the face.
Which is weird 'cause the kid doesn't do shit really.
Nah, not really. Except like,
I mean, like,
not really.
I kind of feel like he was just like, "Hey, you're 8, act yourself."
Yeah.
You know?
Before we get any further, we'll say hi to everybody in the chat real quick. I was kind of late to do this, but say hi to Bill, Sweet Rabbit, Gator, Carter, Wednesday. Am I missing anybody? Giz, I think I said. And I'm in there. Hi, Buzz, and the Gorecast is in there. Hi, Gorecast. I think it's everybody. But yeah, it's very slow. And you know what I said earlier when I told Johnny, I'm like, Johnny, I will do my best not to touch my table. So the camera's all shaky. And I think I abandoned that from the get-go. So I'm going to do better. Because
I'm just going to say that he probably told Johnny at the beginning of the show, I'm going to be touching my table all I fucking want to, but then like just forgot. But hey, you know, whatever.
I guess. So supposedly, moral of the story is I say shit that I don't do. I guess that's what the moral of the story is. I say things and it doesn't happen because I guess supposedly I was going to do the original. Supposedly I said, this wasn't supposedly. I remember saying that I wasn't going to touch the table. I was like, I'm going to sit like this, and I didn't. And I've been touching the table. And I'm sorry if I'm all shaky because I just get excited sometimes, guys. So I like to move around.
I'm excited because Sweet Rabbit just told me there's a Raider of the Lost Shark movie. Oh, I cannot wait to fucking watch that shit. Oh, Raider of the Lost Shark. Oh, and Johnny just see you in this motherfucker. Life just got happy.
So I guess the chat has joined the We Hate Buzz fan club because I'm going to be put through a bunch of shit ass movies yet again.
It's not about dolphins or some shit.
Fuck dolphins! Don't even get me started on motherfucking dolphins. Stupid Johnny. Fuck them. I know they're smarter than we are, and that's why I fucking hate them because they're little fucking aliens of the deep sea. Stupid
They
idiots.
could take over.
Fucking, and they have a stupid football team in Miami.
I always forget about
it. Yeah.
Right,
so yeah, I guess that's the Omen. So
pretty much, like legit, dude. Like, it's couple has baby, baby's demon seed. Wait for 3 more sequels for the world to fucking end.
Yeah. And I do kind of agree with Bill. He says I don't have Alzheimer's. I have ADD and Tourette's. Probably. Tourette's, definitely. No, I was thinking what he said. He put a comment in. Yeah. No, I know. He says Buzz Divers. I know.
There we go.
Sorry for the hiccup. But no, yeah, that's what I said. He said Buzz doesn't have Alzheimer's. I saw what he said. Are we back, people?
Looks like we're frozen on my end.
I'm not getting a...
Oh, there we go. I will say, like, the only cool thing I really got out of the Omen was when the nanny went to hang herself. Like, that was some fucked up at a kid's birthday party kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
And the funny thing is there were some that were screaming, the other ones were just like, ooh, just smiling. And like, yep, those kids are going to be serial killers.
Yep.
And Bill, yes, I hate dolphins because they are smarter than me. I do not argue that dolphins are smarter than me. That's just I believe it. So up it up. So yeah, that's the Omen. A timeless classic that 2 people just said is absolutely garbage, pretty much. That's what I'm getting from our review of the movie. Yeah. I mean, my Instagram or whatever, something, Instagram, Twitter, whatever he has under my name, it's there. You can at me all you want. I will. Yeah. You have an issue with anything I say, hit me up on my Instagram or Twitter. We will have a tussle because I don't care. Um, so I believe probably we'll cut to a trailer and then we'll come back and we'll give our. Should we do our points at the end or when we come back from commercial break? Or not commercial. Okay. So I'm gonna put my foot down because that's what I do here, and we'll do the fucking points
Yeah, we'll just do
after the
whatever
trailer.
he wants to do. So what are we doing?
We're doing it after the trailer. You watch the trailer, you'll come back. I touch the table again, and we'll have our points. So trailer time.
For generations, the Thorns have been a family of tremendous wealth, position, and power. The perfect marriage of Ambassador Robert Thorne and his wife Catherine was fulfilled by the birth of their son, Damien. And then, when the child was 5 years old, something terrible happened. And then it happened again. Was it an accident? Was it murder? Was it a coincidence? Or was it an omen?
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
20th Century Fox presents a film of psychological suspense about an occurrence of earth-shaking importance. Gregory Peck, Lee Remick, The Omen.
I was at the hospital, Mr. Thorne, the night your son was born. I saw its mother. I saw its mother.
I have fears. I've fears.
What kind of fears? Its mother, Mr. Thorne.
You saw my wife.
Its mother. What is it you're trying to say? His mother was a...
This is not a human child. Make no mistake. There are those who will die for him. There are those who will kill for him. Who is he? What does he want? Where did he come from? And can he be stopped? Gregory Peck, Lee Remick, The Omen. If this is the truth, where does it end?
And we're back. That was The Omen, 1976.
I will say though, man, like now that we've all watched the trailer together, there were so many moments in that movie with the mom where she just should have just like left that little motherfucker on the side of the curb after they went for ice cream.
Yeah.
You know, just the whole like just the mauling of her as they got closer to a church. Would I have put two and two together? Probably not. But the animal thing, something ain't fucking right about you. Let's go get ice cream. You sit there and eat it. Mommy will be back, bud.
But you know, though, he probably would end up returning because his demon forces would have gotten him back to the house because
That
he
would
had,
have brought his ass back.
he had a lot of people on his side. He had some crazy ass dogs, some crazy ass old lady.
Dude, and that's remaking original right there. The whole like the dad, fuck is that? What's a dog your kid just saw in the middle of the yard and thought, cool. You've lost your fucking mind.
I'll speak as a parent. I would never be like, hey, there's that dog there that looks like it's gonna, bite me in the throat and
Right.
rip out my innards. Let's bring him in the house. No, don't think that's gonna happen. So, if you guys enjoyed Omen 1976. Get ready for Omen 2006 because it's the same goddamn movie, but somehow worse.
I am kind of
Somehow
curious
worse.
if anybody in the chat section has seen one or both of these movies, like which ones you liked and shit.
I mean, if you've seen both people, yes, that's what yeah. If you've seen both in the chat, tell us which one you like better.
Just out of curiosity, really, because like now that I've watched them both, I'm just
I
like
promise
really...
I won't make fun of you if you say 2006. But so yeah, so 2006, Omen came out because reasons. I guess I honestly couldn't tell you why this movie came out. Robert Thorne, American diplomat, finds out his child was stillborn, unknown to his wife, Catherine. Robert adopts an orphaned. Robert and Catherine raise a child as Robert's career ascends for the next 5 years. Robert is approached by Father Brennan, who claims to be involved with the events surrounding Damien's birth. Keith Jennings, a photographer, notes some omens in a few of his pictures that he has taken involving the Thorne family. Strange situations occur, including a maid, almost said mad, a maid hanging herself, and an incident involving Damien becoming violent when in view of a church. She Wednesday caught my bluff. She caught my bluff. She said she liked both of them. Bite me. I will not bite you because it's COVID times, guys. I cannot bite you.
I don't ever get an answer to a question you don't want, but I was curious.
Okay, hold on. I got to see what Sweet Rabbit says. Love the description, but it's the same fucking movie. Who cares? Okay, Buzz. Okay, so it says, okay, here's a Buzz movie. It's not a 2 a.m. movie. I watched a movie called Anything for Jackson. It has a Mayor Omen feeling to it because people kept killing themselves for the unborn child. Okay. I haven't either. So, which that's not a really surprise. I don't know movies supposedly. So,
and for Bill's fun fact, best way to stop a dog biting your hand is to stick your thumb into the upper palate in the dog's mouth. They won't bite down for fear of choking on a bone. I'm not going to run right out and try that, but I will keep that in fucking mind out of curiosity.
oh, interesting. We're responding to what Johnny's saying, which you guys can't hear. So
I'm definitely putting that in the not necessarily useless knowledge, but hopefully knowledge I don't have to use anytime soon.
Okay.
Oh shit, then it definitely fucking works.
Yeah.
Right. That shit works on a German Shepherd then. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I already answered that, or not answered that, but I acknowledged that. Again, I can't bite people. It's pandemic. The COVID. Can't have that. Post-COVID, pre-COVID, maybe I might bite somebody, but
just all the fun's taken out of life when you can't bite.
I know. Fuck COVID. Okay, so back to the pointless thing I'm going through because it's the same movie. Brennan informs Robert that Damien's mother was a jackal and that Damien is the antichrist. Typical things that happen, right? Okay. Catherine finds out that she is pregnant and vows to have the baby aborted, but is severely injured by Damien. Same fucking scene from the original, causing a miscarriage.
Just more traumatic. That shit seemed like it went on for a couple minutes, dude. I was like, holy fuck. How long
so did
will it take to watch her
original too, though? She's like, whoa! That's what she did.
Maybe it was just because it was Julia Stiles.
I fuck Julia Stiles.
Okay, I'm kind of twisted on this. I would fuck Julia Stiles or fuck her.
Oh, fuck Julia Stiles. She has a stupid face. Okay. Robert. I said fuck Julie Stiles. That's what I said. No, you guys are putting, this region.
No, it wasn't.
This
No, no.
region.
I wasn't like
speak
putting words in
the
your mouth. Like I had to clarify because the way you said, like your sentence broke just right. That's why I had to clarify. I'm like, I wouldn't bite her. Yeah, like That's why I was like, because I don't feel that way about her, bro.
No, she has a stupid face, and I would not fuck her. So put that somewhere. I would not fuck Julie Stiles. Robert and Jennings, they go to search for the biological mother. During this time, Catherine is murdered by Baylock, that son of a bitch. She fucking cut something in her IV thing. I believe that's what happened. Not her IV, but her something happens. She kills her. Fuck it, I don't care. It's the same thing. Same thing that happened. Actually, it didn't happen the same way because in the original, she like somehow magically like falls out of her hospital window. It's some kind of air bubble into her IV or something, and that kills her. Correct? Am I correct? Good. I'm correct. No response means I'm correct.
Oh yeah.
So Robert is told he must kill his son. Originally, he refuses, but once he finds the 666 birthmark on the back of Damien's head, he decides to carry through with the deed. Robert takes Damien to a church to kill him before he is killed by.
Well, and the wife's death really solidified.
That also that kind of starts it. She dies, and he's like, "Yeah, this is probably what's going on here. Let me find this birthmark." Once he finds the birthmark, he's like, "Yeah, let's kill us again." So he tries, and then he gets stopped because stupid police shoot him because they don't know.
No, I mean, like, no. Like, yeah, he got stopped by the cops, but he had time. He paused.
Yeah.
He could have saved the world. Oh my God, it's a cute kid. He fell for it, and the cops fucking offed him.
So people are dead, and the young Damien attends his father's funeral with the president of the United States for some reason, and turns back and looks at the camera like he did in the original because this is the same goddamn movie.
Like it, like the different points. Like you think about the opening, they did that whole big kind of deal of the signs where like they had the whole priest kind of round table. They're like, look, this has happened. This marks another scene, stuff like that. Like they really tried to like add to it, but just it didn't go anywhere with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The beginning was really stupid because it was showing like 9/11, and I was like, what's going on here? This is.
Well, they were trying to compare to all of the like, hey, there's these foretold a burning tower will fall, blah blah blah. Like they were trying to show like we are hitting our markers for the end of times. And like I said, it sadly like it was fitting, but it just didn't add anything. There was no suspense or mystery. It was just like, and if you look at 2 o'clock, we will see. Like it just was so. Every time they tried to kind of mention something or add something, it just came off kind of bland and not really helping the movie.
Yeah, that's exactly. So, like, what John is saying is like the stuff that they added in, they just threw in there. There was no like had no bearing on the storyline. It was just like, here's this thing.
Right?
Doesn't
Yeah.
make this. It doesn't connect to this, but here it is. See it? See. This is here. This is here. It has to do with the movie, right? No, it doesn't. You stupid movie.
And like I don't know, like I think of like as much as I really didn't care for the first movie, there were a couple moments where I was like, holy shit, like when the maid hung herself. They completely recreate that one.
Everything.
But for some reason it was not as forceful or it just like it didn't stick as well as it did in the original. Like something about her hitting that pain.
Yeah.
Well, just something about like when she in the original she hit that pane of glass, like sound, and the glass is raining down on everybody, and then they try to recreate it, and she hits the wall, but then like people are knocking over tables, so like we see red punch being spilled. It was like they tried to kind of take it their own way, but it just didn't pan out the way they thought it would, I guess.
But the thing is that it's not really taking it their own way. They're doing the same scene. They just shot it at different angles. And it's not really taking it their own. I mean, I guess you can way, but like it's not adding anything new. When you and me talked yesterday, I'm like the 2006 Omen is just the greatest hits of the original. They just went and took, the iconic scenes, threw it right in the same movie, almost down to the verbiage. Like I watched the original today because I've seen it before, but I didn't see the remake. So I watched the remake last week to prepare for the show, but then when we ended up knowing that we weren't doing it, I didn't watch the remake until yesterday, or today. I watched it. I'm like, they said the same goddamn lines in the remake that they did in the original. Like that's fucking lazy ass fucking storytelling. If you're going to do, and like I said, I almost say this every week because obviously we do original versus remakes pretty much every week.
Right.
This is my biggest pet peeve when it comes to remakes. Don't fucking make a carbon copy of the original. I will watch the original because it's probably better, regardless of when it came out.
I mean, like we have come across a couple.
Yeah, okay. I'm not saying 100%, but 9 times out of 10, it's probably better than what you did. Yeah, your budget may not have been as high. Yeah, it may have been filmed in the 70s compared to the early 2000s, and technology is a lot different. But a lot of times, the shit in the 70s look more, I wouldn't say more real, but like when you look at some of these movies, I was saying like the atmosphere and all that shit like that wasn't there for the remake. It was just a hollowed out version of the original that added nothing to the story, and it was just you did the same exact scenes, same exact dialogue. Your actor sucked. Julia Stiles terrible. She's just terrible in general, but she was terrible in this movie. No emotion. I'm glad she died. I don't remember the actor's name who played Robert, but he was awful in this movie.
It was Levi Schreiber.
Oh, Lee Schreiber. Yeah. Fuck. Like I'm not. He's cool.
Like and like we talked about that. It was like we talked about that off. I dig him as an actor. A lot of good shit, but he was so
dry. Like
just and empty.
No emotion.
Like, your baby just died. Your wife just died. Well, I will have to go here and do. Like there was just no emotion coming off of him for shit in this movie.
Yeah, like nothing was gained from this movie being made besides, maybe people that are younger, they don't like to watch old movies because old movies are old and stupid. So let's make a movie. You guys, I'm getting fucking pissed now.
No, but like sadly, that's a ready set game. But no, like sadly, that's kind of how we wind up with these remakes because like I'll talk to people and they're like, oh, I don't like those old black and whites and shit. But I'm like, okay, but dude, they did a good story, blah, blah, blah. Where here, like, okay, one of my favorites was in the original, the photographer, and I've already switched pages, so I can't remember his name off the top of my head. We had like kind of that final destination of how the pane of glass hit him to decapitate him because him and dad are talking, and it's like, look, dude, if you're not going to off your kid, I fucking will. Like, hey, let's just figure it out, dude. Let's take a break. And the photographer was like, so that's a no. Peace, bitch. I'm gonna go fucking do the job. And we get this cool kind of final destination kill spot. And then like the next one was like in the remake, like a screw fell out of a sign. It's like it was just kind of like
that was probably the one kill that was the least. I mean, it still accomplished the same thing, but it was like the least shot for shot than the others. Because it's like, fucking Maid hangs herself almost to the T, says the same exact lines, Fucking homeboy gets the fucking spike through his chest outside the church. Pretty much same goddamn thing. So it's like everything was so to the T that it's just.
And like, what was that? The two priests that caught the whatever that rod was off the top of the building.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they recreated that one, except for the remake hit a little off to the right instead of, like it just.
It's I don't. I just
it's just like
I can't
right.
Like
when you guys were like, oh, because like I think it was right after we told Johnny what it was. He was like, oh, well, that's the same fucking movie. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, like a lot of the shit we watched.
I heard so many, like I've seen a lot of stuff about the remake, and that's all I've heard. It's the same thing, it's not remake of the original. Right. I knew that, but it's for the job. Like it's like
but I hadn't though. I hadn't seen the remake. I'd only seen the original, and dude, that was like a dog's age ago when I fucking watched the original. And I'm like, okay, well, we're doing original versus remake. I mean, we're gonna see a lot of the same things pop up, and I was like, wow, so new faces, same fucking story.
I think out of all the movies that we've done in the past almost year or so that we've been doing the show, this is the one I think that is the closest to being the same fucking movie as the original. There's been movies that they'll do pretty much the same thing, but they'll tweak a thing here or tweak a thing there, and it's like 80% the same, 20% different. This, to me, this was like 95% the same fucking movie.
Or we'll take a scene and try to take it into a different direction to show us like that person's take on it or a feel of that scene. This really was just kind of like, oh, babe, you're here for lunch. Cool. Holy shit, this is like, okay, so we're not skipping any scene in this movie. All right.
No.
All right.
So the whole and the funny thing is with the original, when the little kid turns at the camera and then smiles, he wasn't supposed to smile. That was I don't know if that's stuff that you've known from behind the scenes of them making that movie. They didn't want to smile, but then they're like, that smile, that kind of
really
like smiling at the audience, like, what you watching, was this real or some bullshit like that, like. So they even cut that to the thing. It's like something that wasn't originally. I mean, I guess it's still an iconic scene where he turns around, smiles, but like something that even wasn't supposed to originally be in the movie, they still threw it in there.
Huh. No, and I just and I can't help but think of why is the kid standing next to the president? Like, this was.
We had this discussion yesterday. We're like, how close to the president is this guy? Like, I know he was for
government agent or government employee number 126. Like, but yet the president's gonna be like, oh, Steve, who's Steve? Fuck it, let's go to a funeral and let me hold his child. Like, it was just such a weird fucking deal.
Because there's I know he works for he's a ambassador, this and that, but there's really nothing in the movie that indicates that they have any type of relationship to result in the president being hands-on with the guy's child while his mother and dad
one line. Oh, I mean, we haven't been as close as we were since college. Like, you literally could have fixed that with such ease. You just cut to a funeral and here's the president. So you can't help but go, okay, so this is where the next 3 films go. He's going to be with the president. So that's how he takes over the world.
Yeah. Law and Order. Okay. We'll cut to the trailer. Sorry, I was reading the chat. We'll cut to the trailer. We'll come back and we'll give our grades. I wonder what they're going to be. And it's coming up in the rest of the week of the Gorecast. So trailer time.
There are ghosts around us all the time. Most of them, they can't hurt us. Most of them don't even want to hurt us. But there are exceptions.
I represent the estate of your Uncle Cyrus.
We have an Uncle Cyrus?
Cyrus recorded this message 6 weeks ago. He asked it to be played for you in the event of his death.
I've instructed my lawyer to deliver my last will and testament.
A key?
A key to what?
A key to your new house. This house, it is a one-of-a-kind home.
Arthur, we've got some papers to sign in the library. After that, I would love to take you and the family around a tour of the house.
This place is awesome!
Now I know I'm dreaming.
Well, your uncle was quite a collector of many things.
What the hell was that?
For these 6 people,
You're wasting your time. It's all sealed up.
the only thing worse than being trapped in a house with a ghost
This house is not a house. We're in the middle of a machine, powered by the dead.
is being trapped in a house with 13 ghosts.
We got company!
Where? I can't...
How close is it? Close enough to hurt you? Go, 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 go!
Can I rely on you not to get me killed?
I guarantee nothing.
Hey, and that was the trailer of the Omen 2006. Carter, what do you give score for the remake? I don't think we gave ratings to the first one.
Yeah, we
we'll do
haven't.
that now. Remake first, because
oh god, dude, they weren't my favorite. Like I'll give one half to each. Like
half for the original, half for the remake.
yeah,
I will give. Remember, it's out of 2 because it's. I don't know if you remember that.
oh yeah,
So-
I did. Oddly
Okay.
enough,
I'm making sure.
Remembered.
Okay. I give the remake a big gold fat 0 because that seems to be what I do now, and I give the original a 1 out of 2. So in total, 1.5 gore casters. Oh, I guess you played the 13 Ghost trailer. Everybody's saying it's okay. We apologize. Johnny's computer really wants him to watch 13 Ghosts. We don't know. Yeah. His computer told him it was the Omen, but it was 13 Ghosts. That's because we were like, hey, if you saw the trailer for the first Omen, you pretty much know what's going to happen because it's the same fucking movie. So you don't need to see 2 trailers because then that means you would see Julia Stiles' stupid face. And people don't want to see that. So back to what I was saying. We give the original 1.5 Gorecasters and the remake a half Gorecaster out of 4. Don't watch the remake. If you want to watch the original, if you haven't seen it, it's okay. But don't expect a wall-to-wall exciting thrill ride because it's not that. But that will do it for this week's original versus remake. Next week, I'm kind of excited, but I don't know. Village of the Damned. I have not seen either original or remake. So sometimes that excites me, sometimes it scares me.
It's been a long time.
It's going to be almost like a remake of this episode because I feel like I'm going to hate it from what I'm hearing.
I did.
Oh, I'm hearing from the voices in my head that I am going to hate this movie. And the original, the remake, or both?
Yeah, I can't lie, dude. Like
I'm hearing bad things. So, okay. So I was corrected. It's a good movie, but I won't like it.
Yeah.
So, no, that's actually more him than me.
I fully admit I'm ADD, but like
I don't mind if things are slow if it's like leading to something.
Well, therein lies the problem. It's not always leading to something.
Then I might hate half of it. So we'll see. Maybe next week there'll be a new buzz. I'll be like a phoenix rising from the ashes of anger, and I'll be a new buzz. I'll love everything because also I might drink. Maybe I'll drink. Maybe that's gonna be a
It
good
does
idea.
make things easier in life.
But that'll be for next Tuesday, like I said, Village of the Damned, or next episode of Original versus Remake, just in case we're not on Tuesday, because that happens. But Thursday, the group chat will be back. We're all back to group chats. And we are doing, I'm going to say the name right this time, Zach Ward, not Fred Ward. That could be another night. But
both are awesome. We did. Both are awesome, but, you know.
We're going to be talking about a couple episodes of the awesome television program Titus and a couple of Zach Ward's awesome horror movies. Undecided yet. We're going to discuss that soon and get that. So it'll be a surprise to y'all. Join you guys for Thursday. So anything you want to say?
Well, like Bill's original and sequel for follow-up 28 days later and 28 weeks later. Do it! Carter, make it happen. I don't really flip the switches on this show, so I will see what we can figure out, like how to squeeze that kind of shit in. Maybe we can do like some sort of like rage film or something.
We've done horror original versus sequel before, so
right. So just to let Bill know,
change
we'll
up
figure something out, because I did like those movies and I wouldn't mind fucking around with them again.
I've seen the original or the first one. I liked it. I did not see the sequel.
So yeah,
we might. We might throw that into next month's rotation just to change things up. Because yeah. So but yeah, I guess that's
make it happen.
I would say Baines is the one that would, because I honestly whatever, like I'm no matter to me. So it's a good possibility that'll be done. We'll add it soon. It's happening.
Oh, says it's happening. Go awesome. Other than that,
to be honest, we'd rather do what you guys want to watch. You know what I mean? Because we'll sit here and we'll talk about fucking movies that if we don't, and people will be like, man, I don't want to watch this episode. That would fucking suck. If you guys have any, like we've done this before, if you guys have any suggestions, if it fits into either an OVR or if it's an original sequel, we'll work it in. We'll do it because we'd rather do things that you guys want to watch. Because I'm gonna watch anything regardless because it's part of my job. So it's whatever for me. I like a lot of the stuff we do. I don't like a lot of stuff we do. Comes with the territory. But if you guys are gonna watch us, then that's where you leave comments and stuff in the chats because we'll do it. We're people. We're people. I don't know where I was going with that. I was gonna say something, but we're for the people.
For the people, by the people.
It's all America. I don't know. I've got too much Omen on my brain here because it's late. People. But before we get out of here, let's do the usual YouTube shit. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Help us get to a point where YouTube stops fucking things up for us and looks at us like a legitimate that we are. But we can only do that with the support of viewers like you. I almost sound like a fucking PBS advert over here, so fuck that. Gorecast is sponsored by viewers like you. Thank you. But yeah, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell everybody. The Gorecast is where it's at for hard-hitting reviews of the horror genre. So until next time, until Thursday, I'm Buzz. He's
Carter.
Gorecast out. We're out of here.
Don't
don't forget, if you enjoy our Madcap Gorecast horror hijinks, we stream 3 nights a week over on YouTube, Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays, where you can see a little bit of this. Turd spoon, god damn, I knew there was something I wanted to bring up in the... God damn, I don't know what a fucking turd spoon is, but I'm mad to...
Yeah, pretty in-depth.
Most definitely some of this.
With a new 2009 twist. She pulls out of her vagina.
I'll give it to her though. Kind of like magicians, kind of like do something and they pause dramatically. She took that dramatic pause.
And occasionally some of this.
Our favorite Halloween movies.
What's up, Gorecasters? Welcome back here to the Gorecast. Yeah, okay, I'm here. I'm back.